we go. Andy Wells.
Be
Andy
well.
Wells.
Chris Morrow.
Dude, it's so good to see you.
You too, man.
Honestly, I didn't know if I'd ever see you again. I had fantasies that I would show up to Detroit and just be like, "Hey, what's up?" But life keeps getting in the way, and well, here we are.
Yeah, Zoom.
Man, just taking a minute to take you all in. Well, so you're a musician, and you are one of the more you're a musician like very. I was trying to think of like where are you on the spectrum of like musicians? You know, from my experience of like classical musicians to Bon Jovi to like some jazz pianist in a cafe, or then there's Andy Wells. And I was just how did it how did you know that music was your thing? When did that start?
Oh my God. I actually don't know. It just kind of happened, and I just kept doing it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's kind of like a natural phenomena. Like I just wake up and keep doing it, so it keeps working. I don't know. I don't think about it too much, or it would get weird. Be like, this is what
Well,
I'm.
I noticed that, like, as far as lyrics go, you were a gifted lyricist since the day I met you, and
Thanks.
that was like, when did we meet? It was, if we want, what I remember is you were in a band, Harrison, you came from Kentucky and some big old RV. Do you want to tell me that story?
Oh my God. Uh,
How
okay.
did you get to be here?
Um, Basically, holy crap, I haven't thought about that in forever. Um, so we were in Kentucky playing shows. There's no shows. We got signed because we had like millions of plays on MySpace.
Hmm.
Then we came up here to Detroit, Michigan in an RV to record like a full length with the record label and everything.
Do you
And
remember
then
the record label name?
Static Factory.
Static Factory.
Yeah, yeah, so we signed to them, and then they brought us up here to do the album, and then it took 8 months. You remember though,
Hmm.
like 8 months of living in that crap hole, and the album actually never got finished. I don't think. Like there was never actually like a final master of it.
Hmm.
But we put it out anyway because we didn't care. um, but then yeah, that's it's kind of like it's like we got stranded up here in a weird way because we were never supposed to stay here. Uh,
Hmm. Really?
yeah, we were supposed to go back to Kentucky like after 3 weeks of being up here. Yeah, we didn't
Really?
know anybody. Yeah, we were like we still had like I still had an apartment and everything whenever I got up here. Weird, right?
That is weird. That
Yeah,
explains why. Well, uh, I thought the recording studio was kind of cool because I'd never really experienced anything like that. Like there was the game room with the Wii, and like
yeah,
we would just play games when we weren't recording. The whole
yeah.
atmosphere was new to me. Like that level, I guess it wasn't that bad. I didn't
No,
think.
it was actually like looking back, it's like some of the like most fun that you could ever have, just ever.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was I don't know. It was cool. It was cool. I
Yeah.
cherish.
It's a unique experience. And I just think of how I don't know. I just how you guys or how you especially came to that point. It's still a mystery to me. It's just how did you meet? Like how did the band start? I don't really know.
Really?
Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah. I don't remember the story of how Harrison came to be.
We probably never talked about it because we were like still living in the moment of it, and
Mm,
because like I feel like when you're like in the moment, it's really hard to look at yourself like what's the word constructively.
Mm.
you know? So it's like, but long story short with Harrison, like, the old keyboardist, Derek, he messaged me on MySpace and was like, do you do Vox? And I'm like, yep. And then I went and tried out, and that was, I don't know, I wasn't really in the band for like, I didn't even know I was in the band until after we recorded our first EP, like with Joey Sturgis. And then I still was unsure if I was like solid in the band. So I was just kind of like, this is really weird. And they were like, oh, you're in the band, by the way, you know? But yeah, like we met at Eric's mom's house because that's where they had practice and stuff. And me and Eric didn't really click for like the first like 6, 7 months of like just, you know, he was like the scariest person to be around because he was just like quiet all the time and shit. And then turns out me and Sean are actually like third cousins by marriage. And my mom knows his mom. It's really weird. Like I've apparently known like, because I know Sean's mom and I knew his mom before like I ever like knew he existed. And it's just weird how it all kind of like coincided, you know.
Yeah,
But
you guys are super tight. Like the three of you are just that kind of relationship was is cool to witness. You coming in from the outside.
yeah, yeah, it's
So,
building a family out of nothing. It's like how
mm,
I look at it, because it's like we were all just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like all of us just felt like strangely alone in the world. You know what I mean? So we
mm.
just did what we could to get by with it, and yeah,
No, it's awesome. Like to create something like that. That we, I mean, I think we all recognized what we needed, and somehow we used music to fulfill that space.
yeah, yeah. Because it was like because outside of the music, nobody really had that much in common,
Yeah,
but the music made it to where it was enough to glue it together. Strangely,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Harrison, it was such a unique musical experience. Like, was it something that? How do you even explain the Harrison? Like the music of Harrison?
Um, it depends. I would say it was like if I was just describing what somebody would hear it as a sound, it would be like progressive storytelling
Mm,
attached to metal.
mm.
You know, if I was like I don't know, if I was trying to sell it, I would just be like it was pop.
It was hard to sell. Seemed it was.
Well, that's actually funny. It actually wasn't. I after the record label crashed and everything, I found out we were making a lot of money online that we weren't being told about, like a lot. Yeah,
What?
yeah, and they like we don't own the masters to the songs like that. What was it? He's a fool, she's a mute.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah. We that's what happens when you sign, and that's why like I'm like super against like signing the labels and like I preaching the word now, you know. But yeah, apparently there was like a lot of money being made and we weren't seeing any of it while we were like homeless and starving and you know all that. So it's like
Yeah.
yeah, never signed the labels. They
So
don't.
what? So what are you doing with music now? Like, what's?
Uh,
I saw something like Buddha. Who's the?
I'm doing like a lot of because I'm sure you remember like the rap that I used to put out and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oops.
was that me?
Yeah, that's you.
Let me grab a charger. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Well, it's like more like 32.
32. Okay, 32. So there's a chair, a gaming chair. It's cool. Hmm. Guitar on the wall. Bookshelf in back.
Huh?
You got. I'm looking at your room.
Oh, do you want to see it?
Yeah, yeah, it looks nice. I mean, I saw some pictures of your studio and I was like, that, oh my gosh, that
And
is so cool.
then like that's my PC that I'm running everything through. If you can
It
see
is,
all.
So this is a room dedicated to just music creation and
Yeah, and then I got like the vocal booth over here with the
oh my gosh.
like all the lighting and yeah, it's I've been working on it for a minute and like just kind of getting stuff as I go.
It's hard to realize like wrap my head around like how hard working you are for like what you do.
24 hours.
It's you know, you kind of just come across as like a relatively normal person, you know, aside from the massive like gauges and the throat tattoos. Aside from that, though, you're just a man in love with what he does, and I think that's what probably people are attracted to. You know, like I,
I
I
wonder why.
am. I mean, when I met you, it was just like I saw all these tattoos, and I was just like, but like you were on fire for what you were doing. Like you were willing to live the life and sacrifice what you had to make it work. I remember like when the sometimes like the RV broke down and we had no idea how we were going to get to the next show. Like we literally like, well, it's broken, but do we give up? Like none of us were like going to accept that reality. We're like, well, we'll find a way.
Yeah,
And
it's like
somehow it always worked out. Like with enough patience and resourcefulness, uh, sometimes somehow things worked. They just worked. And I feel like I don't know if it's you or the music or all of us together. Uh, it kind of felt like magic how things would work when they clearly on paper should not have worked.
yeah, it's like if you believe in, it's like because I've always looked at stuff, it's like, well, I didn't die. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like as long as you don't die, you get to keep going. So don't
Mm,
die. That's but there definitely was a magic element to it because like back then it's like we would always have to have somebody who didn't believe so that somebody else would believe twice as much and it
mm,
things into existence because the whole like underdog factor, right?
mm.
And like when you have the underdog factor, it causes like this weird rise in your consciousness, so it like starts expanding and then I don't know, I've always felt like if you can't get to the next show, just sell a guitar. Yeah.
That's it's poetic. It's like real world and poetic. Like like what's your problem? Make it work. You get to a show, you can borrow a guitar,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Remember the songs that it just works. Because like I don't know, I feel like we had like a message back then too. Not really sure what the message back then was, other than just don't give up.
Mm,
But I don't know. I feel like the more that you sacrifice, the more you're rewarded. Even though it's like, even though everything's like terrible, like super terrible at like certain points, like it's like if you make it through like that little inconvenience, like it just works out because, and it's all mindset too. Like it really is. Like if you think it's not gonna work, then it won't.
mm,
If you, because like I always try to live in the moment of like where the creation is final, and it's like it's there in that moment. Like it's like I already have it. Like I live like I already have like whatever I need. So I always end up having whatever I need to get through to wherever I'm trying to, you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a something that everybody should learn because I think anybody can have that mindset, you know,
Yeah.
but they not everybody does. I know I didn't, not to the extent that you did when I met you.
Well, you got it now, I can
Yeah,
tell.
yeah, no, seriously. Now it's like, oh, just write it out. Just be. I think it's a practice of as stoicism. There's like this ancient philosophy of like
Yeah. Yeah.
being. Do you know that stoicism or stoic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that. Like just being calm in
Yeah.
the moment of the storm.
Yeah, it's like I would rather stand at the center of the storm and stare at everything like melting down rather than melt down with it.
Yeah.
Because like then you know how to pick the pieces up and like put it back, where it goes.
Hmm.
Or sometimes a storm f's everything up so bad that it's like, well, I can just build a house over here instead.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Pushes you like it pushes you in that direction that you're supposed to go anyways.
yeah, and it's like a lot of times a storm only happens when you're fighting the direction that you're supposed to go,
Hmm.
because like you're getting caught up in the backdraft, instead of
Hmm.
like staying ahead of it.
You
Yeah,
must like again, your studio is beautiful.
thanks.
I mean, honestly, like, so what's the next step for you? Like, what's your? Wait a minute, you're in Detroit. Why did you stay in Detroit? Why at the end of this didn't you like go back to Kentucky or?
Well, I try to not go back in time.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Because it's like life is. It's like you play RPGs, so like Link, right? A
oh,
he would never, he would never go back to a temple he's already beat. So why
unless
would you?
you to get the gold
Oh,
spider things. Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, that was a pointless mission. That's just a distraction. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
like, because I was like looking at that. Like I've actually thought about this before. Like the gold skulltulas was just something to keep you playing the same game longer.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And it's like a metaphor for a lot of other stuff because it
yeah.
like ties in with and plus they were gold. Like it's like you don't keep your mind on the gold, you keep it on the dream.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
The
Because like
dream of completion is a like get 100%, 100 out of 100. Oh,
I
I
gotta do, but it's like that's never how it really should be or is. Because it's like, I mean, have you ever like grown like a garden or anything?
I tried this summer actually.
Did it work out?
Mm. It
Did they?
struggled. I
Did
did get a few things, a few bell peppers actually.
okay. Well,
But
that's what I'm saying. It's like the other stuff, like it didn't grow, but next time you go to plant it, maybe you did something wrong and you can switch up.
I
You
think
know what
you're
I
right. Yeah,
mean?
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you into gardening now?
Oh yeah. Well, I did that before I came up here. Like that's actually when I was a kid, that was like where most of our food came from. Like we had like
What?
a little, but like because I grew up out in like out in the middle of the woods, right? Like so that like we got all of our
Can you
food from.
close that blind behind you or something?
Oh, it's actually
Super bright.
it's just my halo.
Oh, that's it. That's it for sure. Oh, there we go.
Boom.
So
Okay.
you were in the woods.
Yeah. So basically like I grew up in the sorry
Yeah. Just
I
leave the camera alone, man.
I was about to fall and I was like trying to adjust it so that I wasn't. I'm really bad at these. It's free form. It's okay.
Yeah, totally.
There we go. Okay, so yeah, like I grew up out in the woods, like down in Hyden, Kentucky, right? And it's like super mountainous, no jobs, no like the only jobs are the coal mines and like the two stores that they have there. And a lot of our food came from, farming like on the sides of mountains and hunting and it's just been something I've always done because I don't believe that like we should rely on like a big, chain to supply us with what we need to survive. I've always been like really adamant about that. Like it's just really important to know where your food comes from.
Mhm.
But yeah,
But you live in the big city now. How do you get away from that?
um, well, I've been doing this thing where like, cause I just like I have like a decent amount of like land on the, cause I live in East Point. If you remember where that is, it's like right outside Detroit, like on the east side.
Okay.
It's over by like, gosh, I don't even know, a bunch of like smaller cities and stuff. But like I have like a very large front yard, and I just started making garden beds and planting fruit trees and stuff like that, and flowers, because flowers, they smell good, you know.
Of
uh,
course.
no, but the flowers actually, like, they help cross pollinate your food, so it'll attract bees to the flowers, and then they cross pollinate with a lot of the vegetables and whatnot, and you have to have that, and that might have been why you had a little problem. Um, I don't
That,
know.
that's
I'd have,
interesting.
yeah. You need, it's like weird. You need like a little bit of everything to make one thing work, but all of it'll work if that one thing works. Um, but yeah, and then like a bunch of the neighbors, like and stuff, because I've lived here for like, I think I bought this house like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, something like that.
You bought a house?
Oh yeah, yeah. I bought this place that I'm in right now.
Congratulations.
Uh, thanks. It's first stop.
Why did you, I mean, I can go on a tangent, but why did you decide to buy and not rent?
Rent was 1,200 a month for small, tiny, terrible places, and a mortgage payment's like 800.
You're so smart. I totally agree. I totally agree. I mean, and then at the end of it, you have ownership and
And you can always rent it out and like,
totally.
at like a new property, or you can just sell it and
That's really that's thinking ahead. I gotta put it. I gotta hats off to you, sir.
ooh. No, but it was just kind of like, it's not even like back to the Arison thing. This ties into it because it's not like I chose. We were kind of forced into it because the jobs that you remember Allison, right?
Sounds familiar, but not really.
I'll reintroduce you. Um, yeah, so basically we were like renting, and there was like no way that, like, with our jobs and then what we had going on outside that was, we were investing money into and everything, there was no way to just upkeep it with, money. And so we were like, well, we got to do something different and switch up. So that's what we arrived at. And I was like, that was a pretty good idea.
So
Now
you
you
so
you
you
can pay.
joined so you joined the band. And who is Allison? I don't remember.
Oh, she is my girlfriend, wife, partner, person.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
and when did you guys meet?
you've met her once, I believe. You were drinking with Eric in Duncan's garage, and you guys were hammered, and then we came in, and then you disappeared into the abyss of foreverness.
So wait, Allison?
Yeah.
You've known her for a while then.
Uh, yeah, since I was 19. No, I
Wow.
was 20.
Holy cow, dude. How old are I think I'm 32 or 33. I don't remember. I think
I'm
I'm
30.
30. Are you?
Yeah, I
Man,
think.
we have come a long ways since
Yeah,
our 20s. And
for real
that
though.
that is it's amazing. Man, I'm so glad. So what's the plan for your music then? Are you doing anything like shows? Are you still like recording? Like what's the plan?
Well, shows are done, I think, for a long time. I
Mm,
don't I don't think we're gonna get those back for some reason, because I don't know. It just seems like it's not gonna be a thing for a while. So I'm basically focusing on putting out music videos and just releasing as much music as possible. I guess, like, because I'm trying not to like dump too much all at
mm.
once, because I think there's hundreds of songs. There's like a billion albums, like, from every genre across. Like, me and Eric have like we're even doing like a bunch of like acoustic like stuff, because I started singing a lot more, and we have like a whole couple albums of that, like that we're trying to figure out what to do with. And but basically, as far as like solid things, the new band Man Escapes, uh it's basically just Arison under a different name, so we can keep the rights to our music.
Mm.
Yeah, they didn't hear that though, you know. So we have Man Escapes. We just put like a 5-song EP out. It's like more of along the lines of like pop punk. Have you heard it yet?
I think I heard one of your tracks that you were demoing
Okay,
earlier.
I'll
I
send you.
thought it's pretty
I'll send
cool.
you. I'll just send you all of it.
I'll donate. I'll donate. I can donate.
Okay, fair.
Fair.
Yeah, yeah, that works. But yeah, it's like I think you'll really like those songs because it actually it's funny that like this whole thing happened because the day before you messaged me, I had the thought about you, and I was like, Chris would really actually like all of these songs because they're like, I don't know, the melodicness always like of like these newer songs always reminded me of you, even though there's like no keyboard in it.
Yeah. The melodies, the harmony. Yeah.
Yeah, it just like it was like a subsector of the genre that you brought into Arison.
Mm.
Because that's kind of how I looked at Arison too. That's how I would explain it. Actually, it was each person brought their own subsector of a genre with them, and then we just put it together and made it work no matter what. Yeah,
That's so true.
yeah.
Like
Because we kept changing everything just to fit like what was going on, and you know what I mean.
square. What was the saying? A square or a round peg in a square. No, how's it go? Square peg in a round hole did not apply to us.
No, no,
Like, shove that in.
we would just imagine the square being like it's Play-Doh now, so it just morphs.
That's
And that's kind of like how you have to be with everything, though, like realistically,
mm,
because matter, matter and atoms, like nothing's like ever permanent. You know what I mean? Like
mm.
if you have a guitar, you can break it and it won't be a guitar anymore. It'll be a pile of wood. So it's like, it's like everything's that.
Or it's modern art. A
Yeah, yeah.
broken guitar on a wall. That's
It's modern.
modern.
I'm gonna make a piece. I'm gonna name it Chris Morrow. It's gonna be a broken guitar on a plaque.
Yeah. Just put it on the wall and then it instantly becomes art.
Yes,
Whatever it is.
no matter what, because it creates the focal point effect.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
no, I like that. But yeah, and then music and stuff like so Man Escapes, like we're not really sure about shows. Um, it's still like me, Eric, and Sean, and then we have a new bass player named I'm not sure which name he wants me to refer to him as at the moment. His name's Gregory Turner, but he when I first met him like 7 years ago, I met him under the name Cass because it was his rap name,
Mm.
ASS, and I've just always called him that, even though it's not his name. Um, but he plays bass for us now, and then yeah, we recorded that EP at like a really cool studio out in the middle of the woods by like a lake. They had ducks and like stuff like that. I spent most of my time out there. Um, but music and stuff like with the hip hop, I've been doing a lot of hip hop since like shows went away. Like just got really heavy into it, and like we've been recording with a bunch of like the Detroit artists. Like I want to say some stuff like that, some people that we're collabing with, but I can't like yet, just because I don't want to.
No, totally.
But
We should follow up then later. Like have
yeah,
another conversation, see like where we're at.
yeah, that would be cool. Um, but yeah, like I've got like 60 songs that I have like in queue, and we're shooting videos for them one by one. And like I have like a few sitting on the computer right now that I'm like trying to figure out a date to post them, so I'm not like just video, video, video. I don't want to like, you know, because you have to promote stuff like now because the way because back then if you put it out, people would be like, yeah, but now it's like you have to be like strategic with stuff, unfortunately, instead of just like putting it there. You gotta have
I
like
don't
market
know. I,
and
I I just feel like in I know we're doing like conversations, but for me, I'm just like I need to have as many conversations as I possibly can because I really miss all of those conversations. Well, we're talking about content creation, really, and so I've been like posting like videos like almost every day. Um, so it's interesting, like you say, like it would. Is there a better way to do it? Be more strategic? Maybe. I didn't think about it actually.
yeah, like I think there's because I tried a lot of the times in my life whenever I couldn't do something myself, because like I make like all of the videos. Eric masters and mixes all the music now. Like he has his own setup like that's just as cool as mine, you know. So does Sean and Cass. Like we all have like individual like things, and we all like, you know, like all the, yeah. But there's definitely like I would always go to people who I've seen that are doing it, like doing what I want to do, and then
Mm,
I was like, so this is how they did it, and I was like, okay, that's working for them, so a version of that might work for me if I tweak it a little bit. And I try to do stuff like that, like just to make my life easier, because I don't like the whole marketing aspect. I've always hated it. I just like
mhm.
playing the show and like being like, hey everybody, you know, like we're here, you know,
Yeah, like please come see me.
yeah,
Please, please, I'm begging you, please. Like that to me is like, oh,
yeah. And I don't know. People don't even like people don't respond to like the it's like I've just watched the world change so much because of the internet, like since, like our day, because it's like back then you could post something on MySpace and like half the town would show up. And now it's like you post anything anywhere and it's either not the response you want or it's no response at all. So it's like if I could give one piece of advice to other artists and other
mm,
people, and it's like be where your fans are.
yeah, know your audience. I think
Yeah,
kind of like be where your fans are, know your audience. Those are
yeah,
kind of, I totally agree with you.
yeah. It's like it's super simple stuff, but like it takes like time to figure that out, like really figure that out too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's, you must be doing something right. Because like you have your house, you have your studio, and you're still doing music, and you're questioning things and also I agree with so much with what you're saying. So I'm glad that you're still doing music and putting it out there. Um, I'm excited to see what the next step is going to be though. Like, are you gonna like ever go on tour? Because it'd be nice for you to come over to Chicago.
you're just in Chicago.
I'm in Chicago. That's it.
That's like 4 hours, bro.
Yeah, I know. You know what? Since I've seen you, my mother had a stroke, and she lives with me now. So she's right there. I take care of
Oh,
her. Okay.
oh yeah, yeah,
Anyways, so yeah, I take we take care of each other, but
yeah,
so that's it. That's my kind of like my life now, but I love it. I'm a simple. I like my studio is this. I have a piano here, so that's it. I've gotten away from like all of the digital music creation, but to each is their own, I guess.
yeah. Like I could drive there.
Totally could, man.
I
Totally
could.
could. The thing is, I wanted to come see you so many times, and it's just like, I don't know, stuff kept coming up.
Yeah, that's how a lot of times it is. It's like we'll see each other again in person.
I'm sure we will.
Glorious.
And it will be nice. I think if someone saw us standing next to each other, they would never suspect that we're friends. They would never think that because, like at this point, like I'm the music teacher in a studio. I'm
I know.
very like, hello, welcome to class, students.
Yeah,
And you know, and sometimes they see me like, oh, like I still have these tattoos. They're like, you have tattoos? And I'm like, yep. And it always goes back to that time with you and Eric, Nathan and Sean, and a little bit of Blake, but he was he was talented though. Blake was talented. He had a lot going for him. Kind of a,
Yeah,
but you know, it's okay. It didn't work out.
it is what it is. It's part of
Oh,
the
and
story.
then
Both of us.
you played music a little bit with Jared Herrig, who was a friend of mine in the past. Um, so yeah, there was.
Yeah, it's been a lot of people. Harrison had a lot of members. Over
Mm-hmm.
like 40. I
It's a
think
lot of
we.
history there.
It was like I think we had 16 different rhythm guitarists.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So Manescapes, how's Manescapes doing though? Is it like are you selling albums? Are you guys making money from that or do
Yeah,
you
uh we have we're printing and doing or having everything like printed and done like ourselves now. So it's like we have like physical CDs of the EP, and then we have I think we have like two or three different merch designs at the moment. We're kind of like we're just building slow rather than like the building fast because like other people's times and like everything, because I think me, Eric, and Cass work on music a lot because Sean's like doing like a thing on the side too where he like shoots weddings and like he went to film photography school or whatever, like
mm,
Full Sail, I think.
mm, yeah,
um
I remember hearing that.
yeah, he took like a break from everything and did that for a few years, and then we can just continue doing like hip hop and stuff. And but yeah, it's all going pretty good. I would say it's going according to plan. You know,
Yeah, yeah, take your time. No rush.
yeah, because without live shows, being in a band is just kind of like you want to shoot another music video. Yeah,
Why not, man? I
yeah,
think your music would be good for like some of the heavier stuff would be good for video games or like some of those like
yeah. I would like to play a video game that had our music in it.
yeah, that would be so awesome. Just like I don't know, the heavier stuff like totally. But I don't know. Just got to start making games.
Funny story. We've been talking about that because we have like animation programs and stuff too, like where you make cartoons, and we've been doing like a little bit of that for fun and stuff. Um, but we were talking about because we have like this story like for a video game about a shapeshifter,
Mm.
and the point of the game is like to take over the world by being a shapeshifter. I don't know. I don't want to spoil too much, but
Oh yeah. I don't want to spoil too much.
that might be coming in like 15 years.
We'll follow that. Follow
Yeah,
that development. But no, that's
yeah, it
great.
makes it past testing.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know. We should do this again. I really want to keep up with what we're doing, like talking and just follow your musical journey. And I don't know.
I mean, I'm down. You know,
You suggested that Eric. I might have to reach out to him. How's he doing? Is he doing good? He's
yeah, uh, he's good as ever, I guess.
you
He's
guys.
like, you remember him on guitar back then, yeah?
Hmm.
It's fucked up now, bro.
How so?
It's like ridiculous. Like I don't even know how to explain it.
He's
You'll just,
just that good.
yeah,
He's
like,
like one of the. He's definitely like on another level when it comes to like guitar and like composing. There's something going on there.
yeah.
Like the rules do not apply.
No, they definitely don't. Yeah, not for him.
You guys are. I have to go listen to the album or like the EP. You send that to me and I'm gonna check it out. And then I'll make sure that. Hey, do you use Venmo? I can
Actually,
just
I don't, but
I want to support the dream.
yeah, I think somebody has it set up. I'm not sure.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry about that, Ben.
Yeah. If not, that's something that I could be a millionaire right now and not even know it, you know.
You could be. Just put it all in Bitcoin. You will be eventually.
Man, Bitcoin. Don't even get me started. Me and Eric were talking about mining Bitcoins back like 15, 20 years ago. And we were like, let's build a supercomputer. And
If only.
yeah,
If
I know.
only.
It would have been amazing.
Hmm.
It's already amazing though.
Dude, it is. It is. I'm so proud of you, honestly. I mean, how can I
Yeah,
say?
you're a teacher now.
I'm a teacher. Yeah. I teach like lightly row and other simple classical pieces.
Nah, man, that's cool. Cause like I don't know if we talked about this before, but like I went to college for like half a semester, right?
Hmm.
Like and I was super excited because I was like, I'm gonna be an English professor, right? Yeah, nobody knows that, but that's actually what I was planning on doing. So that was that was the original dream. Like music was there, but it was like turns out you can write lyrics, and that's a lot cooler than teaching people how to use words correctly.
I just had a conversation with another really gifted like vocalist singer. He said the exact same thing.
Yeah,
It's just, and I think that might be just you have you're in that category of like you realize that you have words, and then you can attach it to like melodic something whatever, and putting it together, you get you can get music and something more than just words.
yeah, because it's like it's also like a lot of people forgot that music is actually culture.
Mm.
Like because like music determines everything that happens on this planet, I think, because it's frequency.
Mm.
And um so it's like if you say like positive stuff like while you're making the music, you'll see positive things start happening around you, maybe not even for you, but it'll attract like the viewing of the focal point to you in a weird way. And like I don't know. I've always been a firm believer that whatever you're saying, whenever you announce things to the universe, that it comes back to you or it comes directly to you. Like, so it's like if you think about culture, like in hip hop, for example, they'll be like money, 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 Ferrari, Ferrari, booty, right? So that's what the culture becomes. So and this is across every genre, you know, like metal, it's like I want to kill myself and all that stuff. And it's like so it evolved into like the whole like the rebirth of emo is like the sad kids or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm.
I don't know if you're familiar with all the new kids slang and stuff, but it's it's like
Educate me, please.
yeah, so it's like I'm pretty sure that like the emo kids from our day evolved into it's like now like sad boys and girls, like sad boy, like
Mm.
BOI. Um, and that stuff's like it's like metal, but it turned into hip hop, and it's like I don't know. I've just seen like depreciation in the culture of music as a whole since our day,
Mm.
because like if you go to like shows, especially local ones, it's like sub cliques of people that have all separated into these internet personalities that aren't even their own, and then they don't like communicate with each other. I don't know. It's just so weird because like back in our day, it's like you'd show up to a show, people would be surrounding vans, like the bands and the people are like chilling together, partying, doing whatever. Like, and it was like more like everything was there.
Mhm.
And now it's like just like an empty hollow shell of like the scene's weird, dude. It's not like I mean it's like nothing now, but like right before you could tell that something was about to happen that was just people just quit caring enough to the real thing is Harrison kept it alive.
No, no, take pride in that for sure. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like Yeah, music has power, and it always has. That's why it's the driving force. Like it's like a heartbeat, you know? It's a
Hmm.
heart planet. And like people just kind of, and no act of music is like small. Like everything is done, even if it's terrible, it's done with intention, right?
Mm.
Keyboard right here. That's why I keep, I don't know.
No,
But
no, no, for sure. My
um
keyboard. Mm.
yeah, it's all done with intention. And if you believe in the intention as you're playing, you'll watch your world change. That's all I'm saying. It's some alien vibes. Some aliens told me that.
I think it's so true what you're saying. Like honestly, like things like that can't be said enough. And if
Yeah.
people are more in tune with what you're saying, it might guide their life in a better, more positive way.
Well, that's why it's cool that you're teaching piano because you actually get that opportunity daily to like go out and be like, go do magic. You've
Yeah,
seen, so it's like you could do magic, you know?
that's the whole reason I got into teaching is just so I could keep the magic of music alive in my own life. I wanted to do music. I, I, I never want to stop. And some people can do it other ways, and this is just how I went about it. So it's
Well, it's just important that you do it.
yeah, like you,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's like the only thing that really actually matters is that you're doing it because when you stop, you die. That's the curse of the musician.
mm,
Like you can't quit. It's like how I was saying, like I just wake up every day and I keep doing it. If there's days that I wake up and then for some reason I don't do it, I literally get sick, like physically sick, like bleh.
wow,
Isn't that weird?
that's a good feeling to have if you want to stay motivated.
Right? Yes. It's like, oh, I'll be healthy as long as I'm doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like I don't know. It's like a weird thing, but yeah, it's definitely just do it.
yeah, it's just like there's not enough words to articulate the feeling that you're talking about. Like, I, there is like a universal vibration, uh, sort of like frequency. We're all on that frequency, and we have to ebb and flow with that frequency. We have to learn to listen and feel it. It's really hard to articulate that concept in words
Well,
when we're talking about something so global and big and yet something so small.
yeah, it's like micro macro of the universe. It's like it can only be as big as it is small.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and because like globally, like I would look at it like one atom, like of one thing, holds the information to the whole piece of material, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one individual holds for the whole piece of material because like humans are like completely connected. Like that's why trends happen. Like like we have like a collected consciousness that like sits in some like space outside of us somehow, like where because like the internet's like a example of a synthetic version of that. I
Mm.
think we have an organic version because we are like just a species walking around like being like
Well,
I'm
I
in.
mean, just look at a normal species like a bird or fish. You know how they like can like all move in the same direction? Like what is that? Because they're smarter than us? I think they can feel that presence.
Well, they're not questioning themselves. That's the problem with humans. Humans are questioning themselves. So it's like it makes like the flock like bump into each other and stuff. And it's like because I feel like everybody's like looking for like some kind of validation that they're doing the right thing,
Hmm.
but there is no right thing to do. It's just what you choose. And it's like because like I've been through some bad shit, you know, like terrible things, and it's like I chose every bit of it. Like I chose to come here. I chose to etc. You know, like
Sounds like the concept I heard: extreme responsibility, or accountability. Like you take responsibility for everything.
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, it's like you have to be like not not care,
Mm,
take responsibility, but at the same time you don't care because when you take responsibility, you become like an adult. When you don't care, you stay a kid.
mm.
So it's like the blending of those energies into one thing. I feel like is yeah.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
birds are definitely smarter than humans. They are.
I don't know. I think we can be just as intuitive if we would just, like, I mean, it can happen. I don't know that
Yeah,
there's, they just exist on that frequency. Um, we can too. I think
yeah,
as a people, we can.
and that's the
Um,
music because
yeah.
music adjusts everybody to the frequency. Because like if you think about going to like you go out somewhere to go dancing, right?
Mhm.
Everybody there is that's there is there to dance to this frequency. So it's like if you can get the frequency to a whole world all at once and make everybody dance, problem's gone, bro.
And then there's always going to be somebody who doesn't want to dance.
Well, it's your responsibility to
Yeah.
get them to dance
I
because
think
it's
of, well,
like
you were talking about the Arison shows. Like there would be or not Arison shows, but the shows where people would be in sub cliques, and even in that situation, it seems that at least they're there to listen to the same music. Because if they didn't show up, they would just be even that more disconnected.
right, yeah,
Like it may not be as cool or fun when we were doing it,
right,
but I mean, God, just get in the same building, please.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely because it's like yeah, it's definitely different. It is cool that people do come still because I expected like when we re-entered the scene that it would be like I don't even know what I was expecting because it's like the same age group,
Hmm.
but we're older. We're the older dudes that we were looking up to in bands back then. And I was just like, I don't know, it was just strange. It was a strange feeling. I don't know. I'm looking for stadiums and stuff now.
Really?
Yeah, I'd rather play in a stadium.
You can make it
So,
happen. Just like you said, what is it? Ferrari, 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 money, 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 stadium
yep, stadium.
slash booty. No, I don't know.
Get the booty. We're going stadium.
Yeah, stadium.
It's cooler.
No, stadium is totally cooler. Actually, I haven't really told anyone this, but next on my horizon, I'm gonna do meditation music.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm planning on just doing like meditation music on piano, live like meditation, just recording it. Um,
That would be sweet.
it's just chill music, dude.
That,
it
that like because that's actually a thing. Like, do you know like guided meditations where people tell stories that people imagine in their heads while there's like the soft music playing?
Not in detail, no.
Okay, well, um, maybe I'll drive out and I'll sit in on one of those and tell a story while you play music for like 30 minutes.
And we can record that and then release that as like guided meditation, volume one. Just do a whole.
I'm down. That actually sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, right. And easy
Yeah,
too. Not too difficult.
yeah,
That's
just
that's. I don't
to
want to
go.
work too hard, honestly. I'm.
Never. If you're working, it's not fun anymore. So
Yeah, yeah. That's it.
it's really
Man,
how.
it was so nice to talk with you. I'm gonna have to get going, but I want to do this again if you're free. We can kind of recap like where we're at, and
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff just now.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
That's great. Did you have fun?
I did.
I loved it.
I'm back.
It reminds me of like the conversations we had like back in the
Back.
day, like just
Yeah,
sitting in the van, just like going over everything.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
one.
We're doing this again. We're just gonna start our own podcast on the side.
Totally, totally. I think, I mean, why not, right? Easy,
Yeah.
easy right now. Actually, when I upload it, it does the video switch automatically. I don't have to do anything.
What?
Yeah, it's so easy. It just, when you're talking, it switches to you. When I'm talking, it switches back to me.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't even know that. This is my first time really using Zoom, other than for like random work meetings and things.
Yeah. No, I just, yeah, it's good. I think everybody should do it. There, I remember watching a Joe Rogan podcast. He's like, my number one piece of advice: start a podcast. Just start it. Don't even worry about it. Just do it. And I'm like,
But
and I was watching his videos. I'm like, I could do that. I know some really, really incredible people, and like, who's to say like, what's his name? Elon Musk is any more special than Andy Wells? Like, we're all just humans on this planet. Sure,
yeah,
he has more money and great ideas, and he's a titan of industry or whatever, but like, he's still just a person, you know?
yeah,
And he wants better for himself and for humanity. So does Andy Wells. So does Chris Morrow. I mean, come on. Like, we're on this planet together.
as far as I see it, we're all in the same league.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's all up there, isn't it?
Oh, man,
Here we are.
here we
Well,
are.
I'm gonna probably upload this today. I'm gonna need you to send me a portrait picture, or I can find one.
Yeah, just still like my profile picture from Skinny
Maybe.
Boo or Andy Wells. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's gonna be unedited, long form, so you can listen to it.
I
All
oh
right.
before you go,
Yeah.
that's Allison.
Hi, Allison. I'm Chris.
Yeah, a decade ago.
Oh, he did. Well,
Yeah.
wow, that's good. That's awesome. I'm glad that we're reconnecting.
You.
You look beautiful, by the way. If you look the same, like a 20-year-old or something. I don't know.
Thank you. That helps out a lot once I've hit my 30s. So
I thought maybe he put a filter on. I thought maybe.
You're too
No
much.
filter.
No filter. Okay.
It was nice seeing you.
Nice seeing you too.
Go. Awesome.
Yeah, I did one of these with my dad. Friday. Haven't talked to him really in like 30 years, like that.
Really?
That he's a professional artist, painter, and that was awesome. And talking with you feels just as good. So I want to keep doing things like this. So, anyways, I don't know. I do have to do things, right?
Yeah.
You too. All right. Well,
All right.
I'll talk to you later. And thanks for your time, Andy.
Yeah, no, man. I'll actually send you my phone number if you ever need to talk.
Yeah.
Like, candidly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Well, have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
No, thank you, buddy. All right.
Later.
Bye.